Hello, my dear friends, and welcome back to Silver and Smart. I want to talk about something many of us notice but rarely truly understand. Have you ever found yourself around 9 p.m. feeling an almost irresistible urge to yawn, to snuggle into your favorite armchair, or even to just head to bed, even if you're used to staying up much later? It feels like your body has a secret, earlier curfew than it used to. What's going on? It might seem like a small, everyday detail, but doctors and researchers are telling us that this early evening drowsiness is a powerful, fascinating sign of how our bodies beautifully and intelligently change with age. Once you pass 70, you may find that the energy you once had in the late evening has softened, replaced by a gentle yet insistent call to rest. You might wonder if something is wrong, if you're simply getting old. The truth is, this isn't just about feeling tired. It's about a symphony of deep, interconnected changes happening within us. Shifts in our hormones, the subtle recalibration of our brain rhythms, and even the influence of daily habits. All these factors come together to softly reset your internal evening clock. In this video, we're going to embark on a fascinating journey to explore 7 profound reasons, all backed by recent medical studies and expert doctors, that explain why so many seniors experience this earlier wave of sleepiness. We'll uncover the secrets of your body's inner clock, understand why sleep often becomes lighter and more fragmented as the years pass, and reveal how seemingly simple daily habits like meal times and evening lighting can play a huge, often underestimated role. Each reason we discuss is vital to understand, not just because it explains why you feel sleepy at 9 p.m., but because it will illuminate the small, powerful changes you can make to harmonize with your body, rest better, and live a healthier, more vibrant life. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear, empowering picture of the science behind your evening drowsiness, and more importantly, practical strategies to work with your body's wisdom instead of fighting against it. Please stay with me until the very end, because reason number 7, our final insight, may surprise you the most. It's a key piece of the puzzle many overlook. Now, let's unlock these secrets together. 1. The melatonin dance, an earlier performance. One of the most significant reasons our bodies start signaling bedtime earlier is a subtle but profound shift in our melatonin production. Think of melatonin as your body's personal sleep conductor. It's the hormone that helps orchestrate when you feel bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and when you feel ready to drift off into slumber. In our younger decades, this conductor would raise its baton later in the evening, allowing us to comfortably stay up until midnight or even beyond. But as the years gently accumulate, your brain's internal clock, your circadian rhythm, begins to release this sleep-inducing melatonin earlier. Sometimes it starts its performance as early as late afternoon. By 9 p.m., your body is already receiving strong, clear signals that it's time to begin winding down. Sleep doctors often refer to this as advanced sleep phase syndrome. In essence, your entire internal clock has shifted forward, gently nudging you towards bed much earlier than you might be accustomed to. While this natural shift is perfectly normal and certainly not a sign of illness, it can certainly be frustrating if you're trying to enjoy a family gathering, finish a beloved television show, or engage in an evening hobby. Take Helen, a spry 74-year-old who suddenly found herself struggling to keep her eyes open past the first half of her favorite evening drama. She worried something was fundamentally wrong with her health. Her doctor, however, reassured her that her brain was simply beginning its melatonin release earlier. For Helen, simple adjustments like taking a short, gentle walk after dinner and ensuring her living room was well lit in the evening helped to gently delay that strong, undeniable urge to fall asleep too soon. The important takeaway here, my friends, is that early drowsiness isn't a flaw or a sign of weakness. Often it's just your body's beautiful, natural rhythm evolving with age. By understanding and honoring this pattern, you can make simple adjustments to better align your evenings with your life rather than resisting nature's gentle nudge. 2. The body's cooling cue. Preparing for rest. Another key reason many older adults feel that wave of sleepiness around 9 p.m. is the natural, often unnoticed, change in our body temperature cycle. Throughout the day, your body's core temperature subtly rises and falls, meticulously timed with your internal clock. In our younger decades, that significant drop in temperature, the one that acts as a powerful signal for bedtime, often happened closer to midnight. But after 70, that crucial cooling shift typically begins earlier in the evening, sometimes as early as 8 or 9 p.m. This physiological change is incredibly significant because when your body cools, it sends a profound, ancient message to your brain. It's time to rest. This internal cooling works in beautiful tandem with melatonin, creating the perfect physiological conditions to prepare you for sleep. Many seniors might even notice their hands or feet getting colder in the evening, which is one of the subtle physical signs that your body is already transitioning into sleep mode. Doctors and sleep medicine programs emphasize that this early cooling is completely normal, age-related adjustment in our circadian rhythm. However, it can certainly make evening activities more challenging. Imagine Robert, an 80-year-old gentleman who adores playing cards with his neighbors. He often finds himself nodding off during the last game, not because he's bored, but because his body temperature has already begun its downward descent, gently pulling him towards the comfort of his bed. There are graceful ways to ease this effect. Keeping your evening environment slightly warmer, or perhaps incorporating a light, gentle walk before you settle down can help to subtly slow that early temperature drop, allowing you to stay alert a little longer. Even something as simple as ensuring brighter, more invigorating lighting during your evening hours can counteract this cooling effect and signal to your brain to gracefully postpone the onset of deep sleepiness. Now, let's illuminate more reasons for that 9 p.m. slumber. Number 3, the dimming effect. Evening light exposure. Light plays a far more profound and intricate role in our sleepiness than most people realize, especially as we age. Our bodies are exquisitely designed to rely on natural light to regulate our circadian rhythm, that masterful internal clock that precisely dictates when you feel vibrant and awake and when you feel peacefully tired. As we get older, a natural process occurs where our eyes allow less light to reach the brain's master clock, particularly within the crucial blue light spectrum that acts as our primary alertness signal. This means that many seniors may begin to feel sleepy earlier in the evening, often around that familiar 9 p.m. mark, simply because their bodies are receiving a subtle yet powerful message. Night has already arrived. Medical researchers have extensively documented that this reduced light sensitivity accelerates the onset of melatonin. Instead of waiting until late night, this essential hormone begins to rise earlier, gently drawing you into drowsiness, even if your mind still feels quite active and ready for engagement. It's not at all unusual for older adults to find themselves nodding off while engrossed in a favorite television program or deep in a good book, because the indoor lighting they are exposed to is often too dim to effectively counteract this natural age-related shift. Consider Margaret, a vibrant 76-year-old woman who adored watching her evening drama series. By the second episode, she'd often struggle immensely to keep her eyes open. not from lack of interest, but because her living room's subdued lighting was unintentionally signaling to her body that it was already deep into bedtime. She later discovered that simply adding brighter, more strategically placed lamps in the evening allowed her to fully enjoy her shows without drifting into those unintended early naps. Doctors suggest practical yet highly effective steps. Open your curtains wide during the day. Spend at least 20 to 30 minutes outdoors in invigorating natural sunlight, and consciously choose well-lit spaces for your evening activities. Even small adjustments, like using daylight spectrum bulbs or consciously avoiding overly dim settings, can significantly help to reset your body's perception of time and beautifully reduce that insistent feeling of sleepiness at 9 p.m. Number 4, the energy equation. Decreased physical activity. Another powerful and often overlooked reason seniors experience earlier evening sleepiness is a decrease in overall physical activity throughout the day. Movement, even gentle movement, is a magnificent generator of energy. It improves circulation, enriches blood flow to the brain, and keeps our minds actively engaged. But as we age, many of those naturally slow down, whether it's due to joint discomfort, managing chronic conditions, or simply embracing a quieter, more reflective lifestyle. This reduction in daily activity means our bodies burn fewer calories and produce less of the natural stimulation needed to stay fully awake and alert. As a direct consequence, drowsiness often arrives much earlier, sometimes making its presence known as soon as dinner is finished. Recent studies unequivocally confirm that sedentary behavior is closely tied to earlier sleep onset. Without regular purposeful activity, our bodies lack the essential signals needed to maintain a robust, well-defined sleep-wake cycle. Our muscles tire more quickly, blood sugar levels can fluctuate more dramatically, and the brain begins its power-down sequence long before the clock says it's truly bedtime. The predictable outcome? A strong and undeniable urge to gracefully crawl into bed by 9 p.m., even if the evening still feels too young to end. Take Henry, a thoughtful 72-year-old retiree who, after years of a busy work life, found himself spending much of his day quietly reading and resting after meals. By evening, he felt inexplicably drained and heavy-eyed. But something truly surprising happened when he began to incorporate a simple daily walk and a light stretching routine into his afternoons. His energy lasted noticeably longer, and he found himself naturally staying alert until a more traditional bedtime. The wonderful news here is that you absolutely do not need intense workouts to make a profound difference. Gentle physical activities such as gardening, light yoga, or simply walking around the block can beautifully strengthen your body's internal rhythm. By consciously moving a little more during the day, seniors can effectively push back that early wave of evening sleepiness and joyfully regain control over their precious nights. My dear friends, if you are still with me and finding these insights valuable, I'd love for you to comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. Your active participation is what makes Silver and Smart truly special. And if you haven't yet, please remember to subscribe and turn on the bell icon so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos designed to inform and inspire your best possible life. Now, let's unveil more crucial factors. 5. The medication effect. Unexpected side effects. This reason is incredibly important and often overlooked. The powerful yet sometimes subtle side effects of medications. Many older adults take multiple medications for a range of conditions such as high blood pressure, heart disease, arthritis, or diabetes. What is frequently missed in the daily routine is that a significant number of these medicines list drowsiness or fatigue as common side effects. When these medications are taken in the morning or afternoon, their effects can gradually accumulate throughout the day, leading to that undeniable urge for an earlier bedtime around 9 p.m. In some cases, the medication directly influences and suppresses the central nervous system,
effectively signaling to the body that it's time to wind down long before the evening is truly over. Doctors have extensively observed that certain blood pressure drugs, antihistamines, even those found in common allergy remedies, and various pain relievers can profoundly interfere with alertness. While these medications are absolutely vital for managing health and well-being, they can quietly, almost imperceptibly, shift your sleep patterns. Many seniors might not realize that their increasing struggle to stay awake in the evening is not solely due to just getting older, but is actually intricately tied to the very pills they are taking every day to stay healthy. Consider Martha, a thoughtful 74-year-old. He began to notice she could barely keep her eyes open after dinner. She assumed it was simply age catching up with her until her physician carefully reviewed her complete list of prescriptions. A small yet dramatic adjustment to the timing of just one of her medications made a profound difference. Suddenly, she was able to joyfully enjoy her evenings again, free from fighting those constant, overwhelming yawns. The powerful takeaway here is simple yet crucial. Never stop or change a prescription on your own. Always, always discuss with your trusted doctor if you find yourself experiencing unusual or persistent tiredness in the early evening. Sometimes a seemingly small adjustment, such as changing when a pill is taken or exploring a different medication option, can beautifully restore balance and help seniors stay alert and engaged later into the night. This highlights the immense importance of being proactive, engaged, and truly understanding not just what medications you take, but how each one gracefully, or sometimes challenging, affects your unique daily rhythms and overall well-being.
Number 6, the sun's wisdom. Lack of natural light exposure. Our bodies are magnificent instruments, exquisitely designed to dance to the ancient rhythm of daylight and darkness. This intricate system, known as our circadian clock, is profoundly influenced by light. Yet for many seniors, particularly those who spend the majority of their time indoors, this natural, vital rhythm often becomes disrupted. Without sufficient exposure to bright, natural sunlight during the day, our bodies may begin producing melatonin, that all-important sleep hormone, far too early in the evening. This is a key reason why many older adults find themselves feeling unmistakably drowsy by 9 p.m., even if they haven't been particularly physically active. Recent studies compellingly demonstrate that seniors who spend at least an hour outdoors in natural daylight tend to fall asleep later and enjoy significantly more restful, restorative nights compared to those who predominantly stay indoors. The light, particularly the morning and early afternoon light, acts like a powerful natural reset button for the brain, unequivocally signaling that it is still daytime and effectively delaying the premature release of sleep-inducing chemicals. Without this essential daily signal, the body can gradually drift into an earlier and earlier bedtime pattern, often leading to that familiar 9 p.m. slump. Take Harold, age 80, for example. After his beloved wife passed, he found himself spending long stretches of time inside his home, finding solace in reading and watching television. Within just a few weeks, he noticed he was yawning uncontrollably well before the evening news even began. When his daughter gently encouraged him to incorporate short morning walks into his routine, the difference was truly striking. Exposure to that morning sun helped him stay awake much longer, and he began to joyfully enjoy family calls and pursue his hobbies in the evening once again. Again, the message here is crystal clear. Natural sunlight is far more than just warmth on your skin. It is essential fuel for your internal clock, a vital nutrient for your circadian rhythm. Simply opening blinds wide, positioning your favorite chair near a window, or spending dedicated time in your garden can all powerfully help to reset your rhythm. Even modest changes like these can dramatically reduce that premature urge to fall asleep too early,
graciously giving seniors more control over their daily routine and ultimately enhancing their overall quality of life. Now, let's explore our final, often surprising reason. 7. The quiet hours' emotional and social patterns. As we gracefully navigate the later stages of life, our evenings can often become quieter, with fewer social engagements or stimulating activities. This calmer, less demanding environment, while at times feeling peaceful, also significantly reduces mental stimulation. When the brain isn't actively engaged in stimulating conversation, learning, or social interaction, it becomes more prone to shifting towards winding down earlier than expected. Loneliness, in particular, has been profoundly linked to discernible changes in sleep patterns, causing many older adults to feel an unshakable sleepiness well before that familiar 9 p.m. mark. Medical studies strongly suggest that mood changes, such as mild depression or anxiety, can subtly alter brain chemistry in ways that directly impact our sleep-wake cycle. When the mind doesn't receive positive engagement, intellectual challenge, or comforting conversation during the evening hours, it can inadvertently reinforce the body's natural tendency to prepare for rest sooner than desired. For seniors who live alone or who have sadly lost a partner, these quiet, less stimulated evening hours can become a powerful trigger for both emotional fatigue and an earlier onset of sleepiness. Consider Martha, a thoughtful 76-year-old who noticed she was consistently nodding off in her recliner by 8:45 p.m. every night. After she decided to join a local community book club that met in the evenings, something remarkable happened. She found her energy lasting much, much longer. The vibrant social interaction, the stimulating conversations, and the shared laughter gave her both immense joy and vital mental stimulation, gracefully delaying her sense of sleepiness until closer to 10:30 p.m. Her powerful example beautifully highlights how staying actively engaged with others, even through regular phone calls or participating in small group activities, can make a dramatic and positive difference. The core takeaway here is simple yet profound. Sleepiness at 9 p.m. is not only about biological factors, but also deeply intertwined with how we choose to fill and engage with our evenings. Creating intentional rituals that include stimulating conversation, engaging light hobbies, or gentle games can powerfully strengthen both emotional well-being and the natural sleep cycle. These conscious choices help seniors feel more balanced, more connected, and more genuinely in control of their precious evening hours. Final thoughts. Growing older truly brings a tapestry of changes, and one of the most surprising is how our wise bodies seem to signal bedtime earlier than they once did. That familiar feeling of sleepiness around 9 p.m., as we've discovered today, is far from a simple matter of just getting older. It is, in fact, the beautiful, complex result of multiple interconnected factors working in harmony. Our hormonal changes, the gentle shifting of our circadian rhythms, often reduced exposure to vital daylight, the influence of medical conditions and medication effects, and even our emotional and social patterns. These are not signs of weakness or decline, but rather the natural, intelligent adjustments our bodies make as the years gracefully pass. The truly wonderful news, my friends, is that none of these realities mean you are powerless. Quite the opposite. By making small, intentional, and heartfelt changes, such as actively increasing your exposure to morning sunlight, having an open and honest conversation with your doctor about your medications, consistently staying physically active, or enthusiastically adding enriching social activities into your evenings, you can beautifully regain a profound sense of balance and control. Even something as simple as a warm, heartfelt conversation with a loved one or a short, gentle evening walk can subtly shift your body's rhythm and make your nights feel more manageable, more aligned with your desires. It is also incredibly important to remember that every person is a unique universe unto themselves. Not every older adult will feel sleepy at the exact same time, and for some, going to bed earlier is a perfectly natural, healthy, and restorative pattern. What matters most is developing a compassionate awareness, noticing the specific patterns in your own life, genuinely recognizing whether they support or inadvertently limit your well-being, and then making thoughtful, empowering adjustments where you genuinely can. At the end of the day, feeling sleepy at 9 p.m. is not the enemy. It is your body's profound, ancient way of adapting and communicating. The beautiful challenge is to learn to work with those changes rather than fighting against them. It's about building habits that allow you to feel deeply rested, enthusiastically engaged, and genuinely hopeful about every day ahead. If you take even one small, courageous action from what we've discussed today, you may find your nights grow calmer, your days become brighter, and your cherished independence feels stronger and more vibrant than ever before. Thank you, my dear friends, for joining me on this illuminating journey today. I'd love to hear from you. Please leave a heartfelt comment below and share just one thing you learned today and how you truly plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are so incredibly important to us, so please don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us immense motivation and encouragement to continue this vital work. If you genuinely enjoyed this video and found it helpful and inspiring, please give it a warm thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please remember to subscribe to Silver and Smart and share this video with anyone you think might benefit. Your support truly helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you all. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to sharing more insights with you in the next video.